Foundation videos.
Get your green thumb on with Special Agents Sandra Regier and Leigh Van Aaken.
Hey there, friends! I'm Foundation Special Agent Sandra, and this is my friend Leigh, and we're coming to you today from Huron Ridge Greenhouses, where we work together.
Botany sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got some crafts and ideas that you can do to grow things around your home. So we've got a few different projects. We're going to start today with a potato, because it's actually the time of year where you could be growing potatoes outside. So if you have a potato already at home that is maybe in a bag under your kitchen sink or in your basement, and it's got little sprouts like this, that means it's ready to grow. Sometimes the potatoes you get at a grocery store you can't grow from, but often you can. If you don't have a potato that you can grow, we do sell them at the greenhouse, but just take a look around home first, because odds are pretty good you have a potato kicking around that you can start growing. Now when you go outside, really all you have to do is find an area big enough for a potato plant to grow in, dig a hole, probably as deep as your hand, a little deeper than your hand, because your hand is going to be smaller than mine maybe. So think about maybe 6 inches deep. Maybe you'll need to use a ruler, 10 centimeters, something like that. Dig a hole, plant your potato, and bury it. When your potato starts sprouting, potatoes need to be hilled. So that means the part that turns green, you actually cover it up with soil to make like a little mound of soil. And you do that for probably about a month worth of growing. And then you let your potato grow. Now we have a potato that we started here in the greenhouse back when it was too cold to plant outside in March. So it was probably, what do you think, Leigh?
Beginning of March.
Yeah.
Yeah, just before March break.
So do you want to show us your potato?
Oh, sure. Do we have it here? Oh, we do have it here. Oh.
This is Leanne's potato plant, and she's so proud of it.
I am so proud of this potato plant. Yeah, it's simple, easy.
So what we did is when we started it, because we weren't going to hill it in the greenhouse, we just planted it low in the bottom of the bag. And as the potato plant grew, we just kept covering it with soil. And now look at how big it is. It's awesome. And you'll actually see at the top, it's starting to get little flowers. Those are called blossoms. And once the potato blossoms, it's gonna start to die off, which might make you a little sad, but that's totally a normal part of growing potatoes. Once this plant starts to die, that means it's time to start eating your potatoes. And all you have to do is dig up the ground and there'll be potatoes in there for you to eat. So that's our first little craft for you, is grow your own potatoes.
All right, what I'm going to talk about is peppers and growing peppers. And you can use a whole bunch of different containers at home. We've got yogurt containers, we've got some eggshells that this is a double whammy, because you get to empty out the egg and then you get to make an omelet, and then you keep the shell, and then you can plant seeds in the shell. You can also plant seeds in just the egg carton. But what I've got here, I made a little container out of a toilet paper roll. So all you have to do, or you can use a paper towel roll, and you're gonna get more containers out of it. So you just make 4 little slits at one end, and then it's like origami. Origami? I'm not sure. And then you just fold the ends in. Oh, if my fingers work. And there you have a base. So now all you have to do, fill it with soil. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna set it in the here.
In the egg carton tray?
In the egg carton. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, I'll balance it. You wanna fill it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the other one. And so what I did was, I had a pepper at home that was in the fridge, and it was getting to be past the
Wasn't so nice to eat
that you want to eat it. So when the skin is kind of wrinkly on the outside and you think, I don't want to eat that. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut off the top. You're going to take the seeds, and they just come off, no problem. You can shake them off. Now, if you want to store these to use later, what you have to do is you have to put them out on a paper towel, and you're going to spread them out. You're going to let them dry, and then you can store them and you can plant later. But if you want to plant your pepper seed right away, all you got to do is sticky, is drop one seed in, and then you water it, and away you go. So you could use your eggshell to do that. You could use your egg carton,
your
or
yogurt, yep.
or the toilet paper rolls.
The only thing I do want to remind you is that pepper seeds are slow to germinate, so you have to be patient. So we're not going to expect to see anything coming out of that soil for probably 10 days to 2 weeks, okay? So you got to be really patient with peppers. They're kind of slow to start.
Yeah, but if you wanted to, you could make it a bit like an experiment, and you could keep a chart. You could check it every week, take pictures, see how long.
You could plant a seed every day, whatever you
yeah,
want.
so you could do a lot with it just by keeping an eye on it and taking some pictures.
One experiment that I did as a kid is I tested different colors of plants. So it was actually a flower, but peppers could be the same way. Does it take longer for a green pepper or a red pepper to grow, or an orange pepper, things like that. So that's also a fun little experiment that you can do, is to see how long it takes for things to germinate.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay,
What's
so
next?
that's growing peppers.
Yep.
So another thing, now this is kind of a fun project, and it's a bit of an experiment as well, is an avocado. So if you like avocados, or you know somebody who does, you need to save the pit. You want to wash the pit off, but not take the brown skin off of it. And then you may need an adult to help you do this, because these toothpicks are kind of pokey. But what you need to do is insert the toothpick into the avocado pit. Now, avocado pits have a pointy end, that's the top, and then they have a flatter end, and you can actually kind of see that's going to be where the root comes out. So we're going to put 3 toothpicks in there, and then we're going to submerge it about halfway into our water. So that glass should actually even have a little bit more water, or I need to change the angle of my toothpicks to make it go in a little bit deeper. But I think you get the idea. So the whole point is you want to make sure the part that's going to grow the root out the bottom has water, but not the whole seed, okay? So you're going to let that sit in water. It's going to take a little while, but what's going to happen is that pit's actually going to crack, and you're going to see a root come out and go down, and then you're going to see a green part go out, come up. Now, if you are lucky and you get it going, then eventually you're going to need to plant it in soil, and it's going to keep growing. And you just need to take care of it like you would any other plant, water it regularly. But I do want to show you, one of our team members that works here is Vanessa. And a few years ago, Vanessa started an avocado. And look at what it's done. I don't know if you can come on in and see how big it is. She's actually had to give it a little haircut because it was too tall to fit in her house anymore. Avocados aren't hardy here in Canada, so you can't keep it outside all year long. I believe she takes hers outside and it sits on her patio for the summer months, but then in the winter she puts it in a bright sunny window in her house, but it didn't fit anymore, so she had to give it a haircut. Now the other thing that's really cool about this is since she cut the top of her avocado off, look at all the new little growth coming. Lots of new leaves, because all the energy that was going into making the plant tall is now going into growing these new shoots here. So her avocado tree looks so healthy, and she's so excited she's soon going to take it home and put it back out on her porch. But remember, it's not hardy, so it can't be outside on cold nights. If you're wearing a sweater, anything that's not hardy needs to be inside, okay? That's kind of a good thing to go by.
All right, here's the next thing that you can do. Your mom might have, this is a spider plant, and so your mom might have a spider plant in her house, and these, do they have a special name, or they're just called babies?
We just call them spider babies.
They're spider babies. So what you can do, now make sure you ask mom first. Don't go around starting to cut her plants, because she might get angry. But what all you have to do is, here we go again, you can still use some of the containers, and you can probably put them in an eggshell container, but I have a yogurt container here. And this could be something you could put in your room, right? So that's all you gotta do, and then you take a pair of scissors and you cut it off. I guess this one's a really tiny one.
Yeah, it is. Maybe we can find another big one. Let's see if we can find one that's got roots. Here, what about this guy here?
He's got tiny. I'm gonna stick him in there though anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Because you know what? That's half of it is experimenting, right?
That's the fun part.
That is the fun part. What am I cutting here?
Well, I just thought that was maybe a little bigger one, and you could put a couple even in the same pot.
I
It's
think
not
you
going to hurt
could.
anything at all.
And then same thing, you put them in a sunny window, maybe you can put them in your bedroom window, and same thing, you can use it as an experiment. See how long it takes to grow to get to this size. Now you're gonna have to put it in a bigger pot at some point.
For sure. And the
but-
other, I just
Knocked it right
I just
over.
smacked it right over. The other thing to know about anything that you're using as a reusable container, if it's going to be in there for any length of time, you want to make sure you poke a hole in the bottom so there's some drainage. Otherwise, you could overwater it and then your plant won't be very happy.
Because it's not going to take very much water in that tiny little spot.
No, it's not. No. And spider plants are really very easy to grow. So if your mom doesn't have one at home, ask your friends or neighbors, and maybe they would have one that they could leave outside on the porch for you and you could go pick up. Just an idea. There's lots of places that you can find spider plants.
I think that's it.
Yeah, so we hope that you have lots of fun growing things at home from things you find around the house, and keep on learning lots of things about science.